So, hi guys, and welcome to my channel. So, I'm a new YouTuber, and I started this channel because I want to help those that are, like kind of struggling with the ranks in Mobile Legends, especially those that are beginners that has no knowledge thereof. So, for this, I made a new account in Mobile Legends. So, I'm going to discuss in this video how to make Layla the first hero that you're going to be introduced with if ever you do play the game. How to make her an OP hero in matches. So, Layla is a marksman if you don't know, and as a marksman, we all know that um they can be very easily killed because marksmen are supposed to be far away from the clashes. That's why they have bigger range than most of the other heroes out there, like mages, fighters, so on. So for Layla, I'm going to discuss her build. So her build is, for me, if you are going to construct a build for Layla, it's supposed to be made of critical hit builds because you want to be an OP hero at the start of the game, just like by having three items. You're going to be an OP Layla user if you see how I build the items for Layla later. But for now, I'm going to discuss, you have to really know the hero before you can fully use the hero, you fully use its potential. So first we have to know what is her passive. So her passive basically means that as you go much further away from the enemy, you will deal more damage rather than compared to being nearer to the enemy. So for her first skill, Layla fires a Malefic Energy Bomb forward, dealing 200 plus 80% total physical attack points of physical damage to the first enemy hit. For her second skill, Layla fires an Energy Ball that explodes, dealing 170 plus 65 total physical attack points of physical damage to the target and nearby enemies and reducing their movement speeds by 60% for 2 seconds. The skill range increases with levels. So her second skill is very helpful whenever you're in a clash and then some opponent, like decides to return to the home base. You can hit them with the second skill so that they will slow down and then you can have better chances at hitting them. Excuse me. So the most important skill of Layla is her SS. Why though? Because her SS gives you an additional 0.4 increase in her attack range whenever you use her SS. So my advice to you Layla users, especially those the beginners who seem to like Layla, I advise you once you get your SS, I want you to use it as much as you can whether there are enemies or not because it gives you an increase of 0.4, so it makes you more OP rather than just using it whenever you think you should use it. So it deals 500 plus 150 total physical attack points of physical damage. So when you use your SS, you also utilize your passive. Why? Because if you increase your attack range, you use your passive a lot more frequently because you don't really need to be near the enemy to hit her because you have a wider attack range whenever you use your SS. So you get the point. You only need to study the hero so that you can use that particular hero to be very effective in the game. So enough of that, we're going to proceed to how to build Layla. So here I have a level 6 physical and level 6 magical emblems. But for now, since we are a beginner, we're not really gonna rely on our emblems too much. We're gonna rely on our skill and our understanding of the hero and also in our build. So for the build, we have for Layla is this, the DPS durable. I have edited that. That's not the custom placed items in the DPS durable slot. So for Layla, excuse me. So for Layla, um, I advise you to buy the boots first because Layla is a slow-paced hero. So you want to buy the boots first so as to avoid being ganked or being killed easily, since if if the hero you're using is really slow and walking and running, you might want to really buy the boots first. And since Layla is a marksman, it's very dangerous to be slow. And for the next item, we have Scarlet Phantom. I want you to buy this as the second item because it increases your critical chance and it also increases your attack speed. In that sense, because we are focusing on a critical hit build, this is very important because you are going to increase your critical hit chances, but also you are supposed to increase your attack speed. So for the next item, I want you to buy Berserker's Fury. Now, if you bought this in the game, like let's say you have already 3 items in the game, then at that point, I could say, in my opinion, that you are already OP. Why? Because if you have the Scarlet Phantom and then you have the Berserker's Fury, you will have 50% critical chances. And an increase in an attack speed and physical attack, and also when you buy the Berserker's Fury, you will have a 40% critical damage. So that critical chance, if that critical chance makes it as a critical hit, then that critical hit will have an additional 40% critical damage. So in that sense, I could really say that you're OP. And that's an early game since you just have bought 3 items. And for the fourth item, I want you to buy the Hask Claws because it's inevitable that you will really be hit and attacked in the game. If you have Hask Claws, you will have 20% physical lifesteal and also gives you a 70% physical attack. So when you have lifesteal is very important because you want, as a hitter, of course marksmen are hitters. As a hitter, you know you want to really hit the enemy as much as possible. But what if the enemy then attacks you? Since you're a marksman, you will really die easily. But when you have As plus, you have 20% physical lifesteal, so 20% of your attack damage will be converted to physical lifesteal. In that sense, you can just keep on attacking because 20% of your attack will be converted to lifesteal. So for the fifth item, I want you to buy the Blade of Despair because the Blade of Despair is the item and the attack items that gives the most physical attack. And also it gives you an additional 5% movement speed. So in that sense, just like what I have said a moment ago, Layla is a slow-paced hero. So if you buy this item, your initial speed will be increased by 5%. So you with this you can really avoid getting ganked. And for the last item, it really depends on what type of enemy you are going to be attacking or shielding because um, let's be honest, in the beginning ranks, players are really not that good, or how do I put it, aren't really experienced enough so that they can really know the game. But if ever you come across an enemy that is somewhat of a pro, it depends if ever you will buy Athena Shield or Dominance Ace. For example, you have an enemy, and this particular enemy is a mage. So you want to buy Athena Shield because it gives you 56 magical defense. But if you're against an enemy that is somewhat of a pro, and that kind of enemy is a fighter or a marksman, then I want you to buy the Dominance Ice because you want to prioritize on physical defense rather than the magical defense. So now do you get it? It's very important to have defense items in your build, even though it's on the beginning ranks, because if you encounter enemies that are knowledgeable in the game beforehand, then if you get killed easily and you're the hitter, it's a big loss in your part of the team because you're the one who deals the most damage, and if you get taken out, there is a really great decrease in the DPS of your team in the clash. So in that sense, you might really lose, but it will also depend on your teammates and how well they play. So enough of that. We go on um to battling. Now this is my friend. Unlike Hishima, I really don't know if she can play the rank game yet. So we're just gonna have to go with classic. And since I'm level 8, I already have a battle earlier, and that battle was consisted of humans rather than AI. So I'm guessing that when I play another classic game, my opponents will be humans rather than AI. So let's go with the game. I'm just gonna pause this a little bit because my screen recorder, like pauses after 20 minutes or so. Since it's already 11 minutes, I've been discussing a lot now. I'm gonna pause this for a little bit, so bear with me. And okay, so hi guys, I am back again. So let's proceed with the game. So I would like to tell you that I'm not really that pro of a player, but I know how to, like, somewhat, I know how to be a friend, and in that way, I want to help those that are really struggling with their ranks, especially in the beginning ranks, because in the beginning ranks, people tend to be taken out easily because they don't know how to play the hero or how they are supposed to play the game. So let me help you. And if you do find this video helpful, I hope you subscribe to me because I will still upload a lot of videos and different kinds of videos and maybe even different kinds of games. So if ever you have comments or anything, just comment under the video and I hope you like it. And tell your friends that I make fun videos, or if you find this fun or entertaining or even informative. So we're gonna play Layla
We
since
can
Layla
do it.
is the star of this video. So for the battle spells, it really depends on your gameplay. For me, I like Inspire rather than Sprint because I'm not really much of a runner, but I want to, like clash most of the time. So I would like Inspire rather than Sprint, but it really depends on your gameplay. If you're a defensive type of player, then my suggestion would be you take the Sprint. But if you are an aggressive type of player, I suggest you do Inspire. Okay. So if you have comments or anything, like if you have any suggestions on what hero do you want me to feature next in my video, just comment down below. And also like the video if you do like it. That really helps me a lot. And also subscribe to my channel. Since I'm new to here, I appreciate every little thing that you could like do. But I'm not really commanding you or anything. I'll appreciate it if you do like and subscribe my channel and also this video. So we have two elites in our team. So for now, I'm really sure that these aren't bots. These are real humans that I'm playing with and I'm playing against. Okay, it's taking too long to load.
Welcome to
So
Mobile
in the
Legends!
game, marksmen are supposed to
5
take the
seconds
mid
till the
lane
enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them!
because
All troops deployed!
in the mid lane the minions come faster rather than in the
We can
top and
do
in the
it.
bottom lane. So with that, you will really you're in advantage in the sense because you will have a lot
Keep
more
it
gold.
up until you're as
You will
brilliant
farm
as me.
faster, so you could buy items faster.
We can do it.
Also, be very careful though, since if you're a Layla user and you want to use Layla,
I will
Layla
drive away the darkness.
is really not that durable. So I highly encourage you that you build first before you be aggressive when attacking. Like for example, what if
We
you
can
are
do
this
it.
near and then there are enemies in here at the top and near the bottom? You will get ganked easily.
Initiate retreat. First blood. An
Also, I
ally
would
has
like to
been
explain the
slain.
controls, but I'll explain it when the troops come. Like that, for example.
Keep it up until you're as
Why are
brilliant
there
as
no
me.
enemies? Okay, so let me explain the passive. So the passive is
We can do it.
Layla deals a lot more damage if you are further away from the enemy. Okay, here's this other part here.
I will drive away the
She got
darkness.
me. No,
Turtle resurrecting soon.
no, no.
We can do it.
Oh, look, I'll explain the controls.
Initiate retreat.
As you can
Keep it
see,
up
my
until you're as
controls are a little bit
brilliant as me.
different when you first started because your controls when you first started was called free aim, and
I will
the
drive
free
away the
aim
darkness.
really aims on whoever the system wants to
Time
aim.
to shine. We can do it.
So did you notice that? Look,
Keep it up. You have slain an enemy.
we're just gonna return to the base for a while now.
I will drive away the darkness.
So I'm gonna explain the controls when there is an enemy hero and there are also minions because in that way it will be clear to you why I use this kind of controls in the game. So that's my friend, Moonlight Krishna.
Keep it up
So look,
until you're as
if
brilliant as
I
me.
click this, I attack the hero.
Time to shine. You have slain an enemy.
But if I
An
click
enemy
this,
has
I
been
attack the
slain.
minions. So it really gives you a clearer way of attacking,
Keep it
whether
up.
you
Your
want to
team
turret it,
destroyed a
you want
turret.
to attack the turret, you want to attack the minions. Okay, so I'm going to attack the minions. I'm clicking this
I will drive
button.
away the darkness. You have been slain.
Oh, I was killed.
Enemy double kill.
I'm gonna come back for that Alucard.
We can do it.
I'm gonna slay that Alucard. Just wait and
Top
even
turret
when
has
they
been
destroy the
destroyed.
turret, doesn't matter because I'm gonna kill that
An
Alucard.
enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. I will
You
drive
see,
away the darkness.
as as a marksman, you don't really you're supposed to
An
not
ally has
flash.
been slain. Initiate retreat.
You let the tank be
We
first
can
before
do
you hit
it.
the enemy. Look, there are minions, but if I'm clicking the center button, I'm not targeting the minion. If I'm clicking this button, then I'm targeting
Keep it up until
the
you're as brilliant as me. Time to shine.
the enemy
Launch
minion.
ally has been slain.
Okay, so now I have
I
20%,
will drive away
25%
the
physical
darkness.
damage,
Enemy
but I'm still dead. So Alucard has defense, that's why I'm having a hard time killing him. But it will be easy
Your
once
team
once
destroyed
I
a
buy the
turret.
Berserker's Fury. Let me show you that later.
Keep it up
So for
until
now,
you're as brilliant as me.
let's see how well we'll do.
Time to shine. We can do it.
Also, take notice of
Your team
Layla's passive.
destroyed a turret.
Layla's passive, for example,
I
I'm
will
this near
drive
to the
away the
enemy, I
darkness.
deal 240 damage. But if I'm further away from the enemy, I deal 284 damage. Why though? Because in her passive it was stated that
Keep it up until you're as brilliant as me. An enemy has been slain. I will drive away. Killing spree. Time to shine.
kill
Double kill.
him.
Your team destroyed a turret.
So when you have this low HP, don't follow me. If you have this low of an HP, you have to really go back to
We
base.
can do it.
We don't want to be
You have slain
in
an
this
enemy.
kind of situation.
Keep it up until you're as brilliant as me.
Haven't you noticed anything? Our attack range is really much bigger compared to when we started the game. That's why I'm asking you to use your
Time to
SS as
drive
much
away
as
the
possible,
darkness.
even though there
Your
aren't really
team
enemies.
destroyed a turret.
So this Alucard is giving us a hard time. But it doesn't matter.
Keep it up until you're as
Okay,
brilliant
now
as
I'm
me.
gonna
An
teach you
enemy has
something.
been slain.
You have to lock on to the
Killing
enemy's
spree.
marksman. Before you lock on,
I will drive
now
away
for
the
this
darkness.
game,
Time to shine.
look,
Kill.
I'm locking
An
on the
enemy
enemy's
has been
mage before the
slain.
fighter. Why? Because the mage are much more easy to kill rather than the fighter. So you might want
Keep it
to
up until you're as
really
brilliant as me.
kill those opponents that are weaker rather than killing. Because that's the very mistake in this kind of game.
Your team destroyed a turret.
For example, there is a tank. You opt to really aim for the tank rather than killing the
Our
marksman or
turret is
the
under
mage
attack.
first.
Time to shine. We can do it.
Okay, be careful because Alucard is there.
Keep it up. An ally has
Look,
been
I
slain. You
am
have slain
locked
an
to,
enemy.
and then I'm locked to
Double
the
kill.
mage, and then to.
Request backup. Triple kill. Shut down.
Okay, we killed them, but I also got killed. That's why it's important to have fast class because it gives you 20% physical lifesteal. Because I kept dealing damage, but I have no way of regeneration since
Our turret
my
has been
emblems, we
destroyed.
don't really rely on our
Unstoppable.
emblems that much. Sorry, especially in
I
this
will
kind of game
drive
that
away
we
the
are beginning,
darkness.
especially when we are
Our
slow
turret
beginners.
has been destroyed.
Also, I'm going to give you a key tip.
Killing spree.
Wait,
Shut
let me help.
down. Shut down. We can do it. Time to
Where
shine.
is
You have slain an enemy.
So now I want you to buy this because whenever you farm, so farming is in the tutorial, and also you have to do
Keep
that
it
because
up
it gives you
until
an
you're as
additional
brilliant as me.
5,000 BP. It helps you
Monster
when
kill.
you
Our
want to
turret
buy
is
your
under
hero.
attack.
When you farm, it really gives you an additional something
Our
percentage
turret is
to
under
your
attack.
experience.
Time to
So it's
shine.
very important to buy it if you like to, hit
Request
level up
backup.
easy in the game.
Keep it up until you're as brilliant
So
as
I'm not
me.
going to teach you how to farm because it's in the tutorial.
Our turret has been destroyed. An enemy has
It's
been
easy to
slain.
learn though.
An ally has been slain. I will drive away the
Okay, now
darkness.
we kill that carry.
An enemy has been slain. Time to shine. Keep it up until you're as brilliant as me. I will drive away the darkness.
Do you see that critical hit?
We can do it. Godlike. Our turret
No,
is
you're
under
gonna
attack.
die, I look like. See, I'm level 12.
Keep it up until
Well,
you're time to
we
shine.
are still on level 11. Look,
You have
okay, I'm
slain
gonna
an
kill the
enemy.
mage and then I'm gonna go after
Double
the
kill.
marksman and then I'm gonna go after the tank.
Triple kill.
See? That's how you play this game. You have to aim for the weakest opponent but deals the most damage first before you
Unstoppable.
kill um
Wiped out.
the enemy hero that has the most HP but deals the most um the lesser damage. So for now
Keep it
we are
up
building
until
Blade of
you're
Despair.
time
Have
to
you seen that
shine.
we have a bigger
Your
attack
team
range
destroyed
rather
a
than
turret.
when we have just started the game? Now that's very important for your marksman though.
We can do it.
It gives you more of an advantage.
An enemy has
That's
been
what
slain.
I
An
was
ally has been
suggesting that
slain.
you should, use your SS as much as you can because it really grants
Legendary.
you a much bigger scope of attack.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Monster kill. Double kill. I will drive away the
We're
darkness.
gonna kill this Cabra. Will be easy.
Legendary. Wiped out.
And then
Launch
we're gonna
attack.
kill Carrie later
Keep it up until you're as
whenever
brilliant
she
as me.
comes. And she'll be brave enough to
You
kill me.
destroyed a turret. To shine.
Oh, I wasn't able to hit.
We can do it.
So we'll just kill this guy.
Legendary. Your team destroyed a turret. I will drive away the darkness. Legendary.
Maybe. Oh no. He's a runner though.
Time to shine. Legendary.
Ooh, no, almost died there. Careful. So now we win the game. But we're going to go carry. Nice. Now do you see the importance of building with critical hits?
Victory.
So we win the game. Even though we died a couple of times, but that's okay. Just don't die too much because you're going to give your enemies a lot more gold when you die too much. So we won! Nice game. So I hope you like this video and what do you call this? Subscribe to my channel and like the video. Comment anything down below if you have any comments or reactions or feelings or suggestions that what hero do you want me